Hey guys, it's Dr. Kirby here. We're back with another video. So in today's video, also there is no microphone. It broke. So if it's a little weird audio-wise, we're just using the natural laptop um, mic. So today we are going to be talking about, since we saw all the leaks, well, not leaks, it's true now, right? Posted it. Mel and Smolder are coming to Wild Rift. I thought it was nice to watch a guide by none other than 3 Minute Smolder Guide on YouTube, 3 Minute Guides guy, and just talk about my thoughts as we learn together. I'm also gonna do one for Mel, so especially if you're a Wild Rift player, this might be interesting for you. Also, I don't know when the preview's gonna come out, but I can tell it's soon, so we'll have a reaction for that as well. So yeah, let's see the video.
Why play Smolder Bot? Well, he is one of the best late game champions in the game. He has an amazing reposition, he deals massive AoE damage, and his wave clear is brilliant. However, he is one of the weaker laners, and he is mana hungry with long cooldowns.
So yeah, so again, similar to like Jinx or whatever, or Kog'Maw, so Vayne. Smolder is a late game champion, which I don't like, but I guess you just have to really be passive, and I don't like that. He has, good wave clear and all that. But like I said, he's weak in the early game and having a lot of trauma because a lot of the people I've been playing with, like duoing with, are like Jinx mains. Like everyone's a Jinx main in my territory. I'm attracting the Jinx mains, but like, oh my gosh, I'm tired of Jinx mains. So we have another late scaler, but he's kind of like MF in a way where like, or like not misfortune. You need like that command immune or something like Ezreal, so you need Essence Reaver. And I think once that one item hits, he's gonna be fine. I actually don't know how Essence Reaver works in Wild Rift, if it's the same because it looks different. So
Smolder's passive is he generates a stack every time he hits an enemy champion with an ability, or when he last hits a minion or monster with his Q. This passive can infinitely stack, and for each stack, his Q, W, and E all deals bonus damage.
I kind of like. Do you guys like that? It's kind of giving like a Nasus type beat of a champion stacking wise, or like like Comet, whatever. But yeah, so certain stacks, 25, 125, and 225. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the same number for Wild Rift, but since it's a shorter game, it could be higher. Also, his once he's 225, that's when the party starts. Once he got the items down, he scales with that as well with the stack. So that's pretty nice, and it's mostly magic damage, as you can see here. So flap, that's his third skill. His sneeze, I think that's his second skill. There's a lot of
Smolder's Q is a point-and-click
stuff.
ability which deals damage to the target hit and applies on-hit effects. This ability also scales with the amount of stacks he's got of his passive. When he has 25 stacks, it deals damage in a circle around the target.
Look at that. It's like a Jinx rocket.
This allows him to farm multiple minions and therefore stacks with his Q at a time.
It's a
When
lot
he
of
has
damage.
125 stacks, multiple bolts come out of the back of the ability dealing damage, and when he has 200
I actually don't like this last one because I like the second one because it was more like convenient, I guess.
125 stacks, he becomes his late game form, where all enemies hit are set on fire and take bonus true damage, and if they drop below a certain threshold, they're immediately executed.
You heard that? Execute. She said collector.
Smolder's W is a straight line skill shot, which deals damage to enemies hit and slows them. In addition, if it hits an enemy champion, it deals damage in an explosion around them. And this ability comes out quickly, but does slow down towards the end of its range. Smolder's E causes him to take flight, becoming ghosted, gaining bonus movement speed, and the ability to move over
Look at that.
terrain.
He's like
During
Talon.
this time, he automatically fires bolts at nearby enemies. Smolder's ultimate is a massive, long-range straight-line skill shot.
It's gonna be so annoying. You thought Rumble's ultimate was gonna be annoying? This is gonna be so
Enemies
annoying.
hit by the center of this ability take damage and are slowed, and if the wave hits Smolder, he's healed. For combos, you're basically
Oh, he's healed. I didn't know that.
go-to is attack into Q, attack into W, attack into Alt, and then attack away before chasing them down with
Okay, read this, y'all. So it's auto attack, first skill, auto attack, second skill, auto attack, ult, and then fly around to catch up. Just kind of nice.
E.
On this.
And your burst combo is to attack into Q, W, and Alt before attacking away, once again chasing them down with E.
Ooh.
For matchups, Smolder is great into champions who can't pressure him too hard early and he easily outscales. However, he can struggle into champions who can easily engage on him and stay on him. For Rune,
Oh wait, we need to talk about that actually. So now all of these champions are in Wild Rift now. And I think it kind of makes sense. So obviously, like Caitlyn is another example you didn't add here. Like anyone who can harass him, like even like a Lux support or something, Nami, Q, anything that can hinder his scaling will be a problem. And this is so ironic that Vayne is in the harder section. because Vayne and Smolder are very similar, where you have to be built, for the late game. You need to carry. You can't even see it. Hold up, but yeah, Vayne is there. Um, but the fact that Vayne beats out Smolder in the laning phase is kind of crazy. But I think Smolder wins against a Vayne later on because I think he's just more modernized as a Vayne. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, Sivir shocked me maybe because the spell shield as well and the poke in the queue. Now, Twitch, invisibility, surprise, 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 and then you do your abilities, whatever. He's dead. I don't know about Callista. I don't know. I forgot what she does actually, but oof. Ezreal also needs to stack, but I think he's way weaker without like a Manamute or something, even a tier. So he needs an Essence Reaver, and he's fine. After that, he needs to stack up that Manamune to Mana Zane, and then pop up Zaya. I don't know. Actually, I honestly thought Zaya was a harder matchup for it, but oof,
so you can easily engage on him and stay on him. For runes, take this. Fleet keeps you much safer in the early game. For build order, start Blade and Pot into an Essence
that
Room,
was
keeps you much
fast.
safer
I mean, yeah, I think this is there's Fleet in Wildrift now, so yeah, yeah. Take notes. Set your builds ready.
in the early game. For build order, start Blade and Pot into an Essence Reaver and Tier 2 boots. After
Oh,
this, grab a Shojins and RFC before finishing your build with any of these.
that actually makes sense with this Ionian Boots of Lucidity because I think he is more of a caster like a Corki, or like a Lucian or something like that. So in Waldrift's case, we can also use the AD boots because maybe you don't want the CDR, but I like CDR. Paradise CDR more like on a Karma or something. But like AD boots is a must, I think, or even AP boots because he scales mostly with magic damage, but we don't know the ratios there. And the items Essence Reaver, Static Shiv, or like the Static Blaster, or whatever. What's their Shojin in? Is there Shojin in Wild Rift? Girl, I haven't looked at the items in a bit, but yeah, very standard stuff here with the 80 items here. And also we have a lot of the older 80 items in PC on Wild Rift, so yeah.
As needed. For
Just
skill order,
brainstorm.
start Q then W then E before maxing Q then W then E, taking ult whenever you can. For
Yep,
summoner spells,
pretty
take Flash
much.
and Barrier. For synergies, Smolder works well with supports that bring great peel as well as CC to hold the enemies in his skill shots.
Yeah, basically. I knew Nami was going to be on this list. Janna was also. See, you guys saw my tier list video, right? This makes so much sense now. And Braum Nami are the strongest supports right now in Wild Rift, just in terms of kit. I do want to play more Braum because I just watched the Braum guide yesterday. Poppy, ooh, Poppy actually makes sense because of the second skill, dash, cancel, speed up, whatever for her, and the stun. We don't have to harken Wild Rift here. Ooh.
Starting the game, your main focus is going to be on farming hard and keeping yourself safe so you can keep on farming and getting stacks. Most
You can poke, but like don't die.
champions in this game scale in two ways, with gold and experience, but the fact you have a third way to scale is incredible. The first 25 stacks is the most important to get.
By the way, when he's saying this, look at the. I'm looking at the bottom. Look,
Scale is
39,
incredible. The first
40.
25
He's
stacks is the
stacking.
most important to get. This is what allows you to farm
Yeah,
multiple minions
each.
at the
Yep,
same time for multiple
yep,
stacks. And of
yep.
course, from here, the faster you can get to 125, the stronger you'll be.
Ooh,
So a good default is to try and freeze the wave near your
get
tower.
it.
And then, if the
Dead.
opponent ever tries to break it by pushing you in, your wave clear is usually good enough to stop their minions from ever actually hitting your tower. Entering the mid game, once again, it's all about getting stacks. Getting your tower down is important, but you're not
I
going
guess
to
that's
always be
why.
the
Wait,
strongest
wait.
pressure.
Pause, pause, pause. I think that's why you need CDR boots because look how much stacking he's getting as you abuse that cooldown. And don't forget that we have what's that? The sorcery tree, the one that gives you haste. We also have that a transcendent mind. I forgot the names, y'all. But you know the picture. But yeah, anything haste related. So his build's gonna be heavy haste, y'all.
Mid. So whether you end up going mid or staying in a side lane, just keep farming and getting stacks. Entering late game team fights, play as the backline hypercarry. Attack the thing in front of you using as many Qs and Ws as possible for massive AoE damage, and if possible, fight near terrain as your E will easily get you to
Ooh.
safety if needed.
Well, that was it. What do you
Scales for
guys think
E.
of Smolder? I think he is weak, like at the start, obviously, but I think he's gonna be balanced in a way where it's the U champion balance. Wasn't Kog'Maw fine? He wasn't in the hotfix on his release, so he's fine there. I don't know if he's gonna get buff in 7.0, but you know what I mean. Um, the the one Con is again without the E, he's immobile, so you better use that E wisely. Maybe use it to follow up or even to disengage whenever someone initiates. But yeah, that was the video. We'll do a Mel guide next after, because we love Mel. And that's gonna be fun because the Mel is considered a support as well in some case, air quotes. But yeah, that was the video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Like the video, like the video, like, subscribe to notification bell for never upload a new video. I did the final patch support tier list for 6.0, 6.3F, and for 7.0 because we're 2 weeks away. So we're almost done with that. And then I did, the year-end things. And leave a comment down below if you guys are doing this farm event still, because I got the chest and I left. I got the things that I wanted, I left, but it's still probably there. So yeah, there's no time limit yet mentioned. But yeah, if you want to support the channel in the long run and get me a new microphone, there is a coffee page in the description below, or you can donate on YouTube via thanks. An example here is like this. Thanks. What else? There's a Discord and all of that. And yeah, that was the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.